Welcome to the Phone Arena video review of the LG Rumor Touch. This is the third in the line of the Rumors. However, the Rumor Touch marks a significant departure from the previous Rumor and Rumor 2. First and foremost, it's got a large 3-inch touchscreen up front. It does retain this familiar side-sliding form factor, giving it full QWERTY, this time with 5 rows of keys. The QWERTY keypad is a little bit big for those with medium to small size hands. That wouldn't be so big of a deal if the keys weren't hard plastic. Simply adding a bit of tactile feel to them would have made it a bit better. Let's take a quick look around. On the left side you simply have the volume rocker, as well as a dedicated camera key. At the bottom you'll find the micro USB charging and data port. On the left side we'll find a 3.5mm headset jack. Previous Rumors only had a 2.5. There's also the lock and power button, which is a little bit weird since we're used to the N key being the power button. And finally, we find a micro SD card slot. It comes preloaded with a 1 gig card and can take cards up to 16 gigabytes. The back of the phone is very nondescript. It simply has the 2 megapixel camera and the speaker up at the top. The camera quality is much better this time around. What dominates the phone, though, is the large 3-inch touchscreen with its 240 by 400 resolution. Here we can see the very nondescript home screen of the Rumor Touch. At the top you have your various status icons, and at the bottom the home button. It's no more or less usable than other Mist Alert interfaces, but it is a lot more modern looking. Now let's take a look at the home menu. This is very similar to the Favorites menu on the Samsung Instinct. We have an edit button up top where we can choose what we want. We accidentally hit Facebook, let's get out of that. Again, we have an edit button up top. That's a good example of sometimes the buttons are too small. This whole thing was supposedly designed with finger friendliness, but as you can see, certain fingers work better than others. Back to the interface. We've got the different shortcuts that we've set up, such as Facebook, messaging, and maps. And then the main menu is a default thing that we cannot get rid of. If we want to get rid of tools, simply tap the delete button and it's gone. Again, like the Instinct, if we want to move something, we grab it for a second and then we can drag it around. Once we're done, it takes us back to the main menu. From here, we can go to the full menu, or you have your pretty standard list of Sprint messaging and other icons. Social networking is one of the new ones. You can see we have dedicated apps for Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter, as well as the paid Sprint Social Zone, which gives you access to less frequented sites, such as Asian Avenue and Black Planet. The home button will always bring up the Faves menu, whereas the phone button will take us over to the phone side. Here we have the 4 tabs. Once again, very similar to the Samsung Instinct. Major difference though is the Hello UI, which is our first tab. We've already pre-grouped some of our contacts here, but as you can see on the left side there are 4 different icon bubbles. If we tap that bubble, we can see our different groups, or the different people that we have in the groups. If we want to bring up a contact, we can tap them, and it'll give us an option for history, messaging, phone calls, the call history, or to delete them. One of the cool things with the Hello UI is the group text interface. If we circle the 2 icons here, we can now quickly send a text to both of those people. Beyond that, the interface is pretty similar to any other Sprint phone that we've used in the past. The touchscreen obviously adds a new element, but all the things we've seen on past phones. Things like Sprint Navigation and Family Locator, as well as their multimedia suite of music, TV, and games. The Rumor Touch is definitely an upgrade from the Rumor 1 and Rumor 2. Its build quality is very nice, the interface is different, and of course the touchscreen sets it apart.